I had a conversation, this is kind of funny, because I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day about the titles that we give to people. And I think when we give just one title to a person, that person tends to be excluded from everything else that she does. And when I try to describe myself, I describe myself as upcoming or trying to be artist, because at 23, I don't know very well what I am. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want to do, so I'm experimenting with a lot of areas. I took a degree in communication, marketing, PR, and advertising. And after that, I always had a love for fashion, and I love literature as well. I write a lot, I read a lot. So all of those areas, and dancing as well, are what I do usually. I think most of all Portuguese women, I cannot talk about the men, maybe a little bit, they put comfort on top of everything. We go to Sweden or to other countries in Europe and you see people putting the design first, and they can be feeling crappy underneath it, but the look is what is important. With the Portuguese, it's different. It's about the comfort. So they can be looking pretty awful, but because they feel very comfortable, they're gonna buy that piece. So it's a little bit tricky. Well, I've been working as a blogger for 2 years now. And it started as a little bit of a joke, because I used to make all the scrapbooks and take every single thing that I thought it was interesting and get this picture in my head, but I couldn't do it manually. So I started doing the Tumblr and get every single thing that I like it. All the informations, the videos, the text, the articles, the people that I was interested in. And that's sort of how my blog started. I started as a reblogger instead of writing about myself. And after a while, people really wanted to know who was this person that liked this and all the other stuff. So I had to decide to give a face to the blog and start showing up and going to events and talking about it. I think it's going out of the virtual world and coming up as a person and showing how the stuff that you like influence you on your daily basis. I work only on Tumblr. I did, but we can talk a little bit forward about the other platforms, but mainly Tumblr. I have two. I have one that is only inspirational with every single thing that I like, that works very well with Facebook, because most of the information that I cannot post on Facebook because I will be updating too much goes to Tumblr, and it's like this massive wall of inspiration and mood board that I get. And then I have the other one that's more street style wise, every single work that I have done, how am I looking today or not today, because I'm a bit lazy. I cannot wake up every single day and take a picture of myself because I'm doing other stuff. So, but every time that I have a good picture or something that I think that is important or relevant, I put it on the other Tumblr. I'm a moody person. Today I wanted to be comfortable. I didn't want to go out of bed. I just wanted to like appear on my working place. But tomorrow maybe I can be feeling like I want to be classy or sexy or punk. So I cannot put a title on that. Depends on my mood every single day. I think I'm a bit conservative, and not at the type of not being bold, because I love prints and bright colors, but the silhouette of the woman, I'm always going to look for the quirky stuff, very strange, that's going to hide the butt and the boobs, and you're just going to see something loud, instead of going for something that may be a little bit more simple and on the front. And if I had to say something about Portuguese that inspired me on my daily style, said about just the conservatism and the comfortableness. I can never wear something that I'm not comfortable in. Since I can remember, I always like the wardrobe more than the story. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about in terms of storytelling, because I'm always reading or watching movies. And I was always sort of fascinated how the character would come alive. Because of her hair being up, she would be a person that's more severe. Because of her dress being a little more tight, you would think that this woman is working in a place on another one. So that started while I was like 6, 7, and then I have my mother on Sundays always dressing up. So you know that you could look like crap the whole week, but when it was Sunday, you had to be on your best behavior and in your best outfit. So it's sort of like how that happened. I'm working on Tumblr mainly. I had some collaborations with a website that's called Preto em Branco. I wrote articles for them, and we were a team of 3 people: the photographer, 2 writers, and an editor. I did some guest appearance on other stuff, but it was mainly about myself. So I cannot tell that it was a subject that I write about, because they would ask me about my style mostly. Preto em Branco was about how is to be a person who lives in Lisbon. So we would focus a lot on food, because I think anybody who comes to Lisbon eventually will learn that we love to eat. About food, about the places that we go, about the fashion on the street, about the music that we listen to. It was more culture-wise, but you have always a fashion intent behind it. Like my collaboration there is ended right now, but we used to be 3, me and other 2 friends, and we would shoot and do every single thing. The most important thing was that everything was made by us, not going to look for anything, not anything of imagery, not anything in terms of text. Everything was really made. We were at those places it was needed, just to have a product and a content that was yours. And I think as a blogger, that's a very important thing.
So how can we get in touch with you to see your work and your articles? How can we be doing?
You can get in touch with me by going on Tumblr to fashionsambapita.tumblr.com, or you can go to Fashion Sambapita on Facebook, or you can go, if you just want to see my style and my projects, to wilma.nicole.tumblr.com.
Okay. So thank you.
Done?
Yeah, done.